טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הללויה, 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 הללויה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הללויה, 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 הללויה.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome again to our Kabbalat Shabbat service on this Friday evening. It is spectacular to be together, a time when we really need Shabbat, this week especially, I believe. But it's really a gift for us that we have our friend Dan Nichols singing from North Carolina and being a part of our services. And a shout out to my colleagues, to Cantor Penny and Rabbi Daniel, who get a little time to get ready for B'nai Mitzvah we have. Because of pandemic, our B'nai Mitzvah schedule has gotten a little more hectic, and so we're trying to all help each other out, spell one another, and it gives us a chance to experience different kinds of Shabbat services as well. That's really special for us. As always, even though we are socially distant, physically distant from one another, we can't hug each other in our sanctuary or in our garden, we can reach out to one another. Give someone a hello on Facebook Live, on YouTube, in the chat there. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. We love seeing people from Seattle at our services right now, from Hawaii, from North Carolina. Not just you, Dan. I think there's a couple others who have jumped on as well. That makes our services even more special, that you're a part of our community. And that's what it's about. Hey, it's a Kaya service at Shir Shalom, which means it's meditative, it's song. It doesn't necessarily follow the exact prayer book. But if you want to follow a prayer book, on the Shir Shalom YouTube page there or on our website, you can go to the resource section and download our Friday night prayer book and follow along with the words there too. But for us right now, let's create this time of Shabbat, this peacefulness, this calm in our lives. You know, like I said a moment ago, and I mentioned a couple hours, we need this time, this moment to reflect and to help ourselves with perspective, to pause for a moment in the hecticness, busyness, craziness, and angst, I think, that fills our days this past week especially. You know, what we're feeling is a challenge, and we have this gift of Shabbat that helps us pause and sort of reorient and reminds us of our values as a people. We open Torah this week and find a parasha that, according to Maimonides, has more laws than any other Torah portion. I think he says 72 laws are in there. And a lot of them are really practical things, like that you got to build a fence on your rooftop when you build a home, or the idea of you see an ox that's fallen in the road, you have to help it up. But even if it's your enemy's ox, find something that's lost, you have to find its owners. And the rabbis have a phrase, 3 words, lo tuchal hitalem, that's in this Torah portion that they pull out, that says you must not be indifferent. I love that as a mantra. So tonight's services, think of that throughout our prayers. Lo tuchal hitalem, you must not be indifferent. So much that's going on in our world. And our prayers, our thoughts can inspire us to know that we will do the work that's necessary, that will help those around us, and we will put ourselves in other people's shoes, that will walk their walk so that we can help one another, that we won't be indifferent. And Shabbat's a chance. Our prayers motivate us to literally get up, to lift ourselves up, to remind ourselves of those values and what it means. So let's begin our Shabbat with Lecha Dodi, the traditional prayer that says, "Welcome, my beloved, my bride. Welcome for Shabbat," so we can lift up and get up together.
Get up, get up, get up. 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 Hidnari. Me afar kumi. Livshi. Bigday. Tifate chami. 'Cause it's too late to sleep now, baby. Shake the dust off all your dreams. Dress yourself in something pretty. Oh, holy child, come on, celebrate with me. Get up, get up, get up, try it. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up. 2 words, 2 notes. Get up, get up, get up. 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 I don't know why so many congregations, at least Reformed congregations around North America, when it's time to sing Lecha Dodi, we seem to do this thing, this unwritten rule. We sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. I don't know why. But there's a 4th verse that I just love, and it says exactly what we're singing right now. Get up, shake off the dust. You dress yourself in something beautiful. You are amazing. You're my holy people. Hidnari, me afakumi, livshi, bigday, tifate chami. Don't look back over your shoulder. Don't wait around till it's too late. Now's our time in the spotlight. We need you now. Come on, dancing through those holy gates. Get up, get up, get up. 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 Verse 4 of Lecha Dodi. That's tasty. Well, when we look at Chatzi Kaddish, let's just play a game with you playing the home version on your couches at home. Shabbos, the home game. And the game I want to play is, if I sing a line, what would you respond? If I sing, Yitkada v'yitkada shemei Rabbah. I heard someone go, Amen. Well, I don't know about you, but it was a while before I knew that this prayer is not in Hebrew. It's in Aramaic. And I learned that, and maybe you know this, but I was fascinated to learn that Aramaic was, back in the day, was the language of the people. Hebrew was the language of those that had the money to be able to be educated, to be able to afford school. But the people, like the average Joe, was speaking in Aramaic. And it's interesting that the ancient rabbis decided for this prayer not to put this prayer into Hebrew, but Aramaic as maybe a way of saying, let's make sure when we hear on this point, when we hear, everybody knows what we're talking about. It was the vernacular. Well, I don't know about you, but my Aramaic is not so fresh. And so it's so easy to get into services and just get into autopilot and not pay attention to what I'm really saying, what it really means. And you add to that it's in Aramaic, and I got to believe I'm not alone, that it's easy to disconnect from the meaning of the words and just get into a groove, which is not an entirely bad thing. But sometimes it's good to pull back and pay attention to what we're actually saying. What does it mean? And the intention of what we're going to do now is to try to put the Chatzi Kaddish into our vernacular, or lots of our vernacular, into English. And so the intention here is to focus on that. This prayer is saying, God, you're amazing. And beyond all the ways that we can express, utter, praise you, we can't even come close to expressing how remarkable, how holy you are. And we know that. We can't even come close. And here goes anyway. And to me, that's the chutzpah of the Jewish story, is this humility along with, and here we go, we're in. May your wonder be celebrated. May your name be consecrated. May your brilliance never fade from the magnificent world you made. May your ways prevail in our own days, in our own lives, and in the life of all Israel. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. The same beauty that you bring, though you are far beyond the sweetest songs we could ever sing. And let us say, Amen. 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 Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Every breath, each life, each spark, every light that emerges from every dark, this body, this voice, this energy. I just opened my eyes, it was granted to me. Given this space, given this time, given to all every first and every last, all of the future, the present, and even the past. I am a wave, a rise and a fall, a singular drop in the ocean connected to all. Given this space, given this time, given to all, uniquely mine.
I ask you to breathe in deep. Breathe in God's gift to each and every one of us. Breathe out our gift to this very world. Reality of that perspective. Again, the moment will return to that refrain of what we've been given. Our breath, our life, the awareness of our world, with all the good that's in it, all the blessings that we can find, as well as the challenge, are our responsibility. We have our breath. We start with a recognition that breath is with me. I am alive, and awareness of what we can do, what we can feel, what we can touch, what we connect with, of how even when we're not physically together in this very moment, how connected we are. How important that is right now. Moments in time that have, in a sense, weighed upon us and made us feel all alone. Shabbat brings us together. Our breath brings us together. Our connections are a blessing.
There is a love song of taking and giving, singing and dancing in rhythm with all that is living. It's breathing out and it's breathing in, a life that is taken and granted again and again. Given this space, given this time, given to all, uniquely mine. Given this space, given this time, given to all, uniquely mine. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
I know we have friends watching and a part of our service who are in Louisiana, our congregant emerituses, as they like to call them, call themselves. And been thinking a lot about them, with hurricanes that have fallen upon them, Marco and Laura, and realities of our world and what we can't, what we don't know. and the concerns that can weigh upon us as well. And I think our prayer, Hashkivenu, is that hope of getting through the unknown. Because the reality is, every step, in a sense, is unknown. Every day is unknown. We plan, we prepare, we work, and maybe it's that which helps us create meaning in it. But I think also the prayer, Hashkivenu, is also a way to say, I want to relish, cherish, appreciate that which is here right now. So that when I wake up tomorrow, I appreciate it again. And I never take this for granted. The fragility of our lives, of our world, as a hurricane blasts us, and we see these images, well, it leaves us with a sense of awe and wonder about our world. And so it also reminds us of how precious what we have is. And again, the idea of lo tuchal hitalem, that we can't be indifferent. We recognize when someone has been hurt by the world, we have responsibility. And we have the blessings that we hold on to and want and hope for tomorrow, lifting us up to responsibility. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Amidenu Malkeinu Chaim. Gros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. God, let us light us up tomorrow. Security of protection, shelter upon us.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom B'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom B'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom B'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. L'chaim. L'chaim.
So nice having our friend Dan with us tonight. And for me, such a blessing because of all of our years of friendship. He's always sharing not just music, but teachings, things that he's picked up along the way that have guided him and things that lead us at Temple as well. And one is a poem by Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, that a philosopher, contemporary rabbi of the 20th century, who really has been such a blessing. And for me, it was the concept in the Sabbath that he talks about that this day is an island in time, that this moment is an island of time. And I think about that in the midst of the world right now, that we're sort of on this island and we're safe because it's Shabbat. As we look around at all of the challenges surround us. And because we are safe, then again, lifting us up to our responsibility. And this poem that Dan put to music to lead into our central prayers of worship, the Avot and the Atagi Bor, I think is so powerful and a reminder of that idea of being an island in time of this day, and the poem that sort of lifts us up. And it's really special for us at Temple Shir Shalom having Dan tonight, because he's going to be a part of our high holiday services as well, throwing in a couple songs, making things more special. And I love what we've gained in these moments, as we always have, and what we continue learning together. So as we prepare for the Amidah, just breathe deep. Let's think for a moment. Let's reflect. Let's listen to these words of the poem.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Ya-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da-da, a thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Svatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai svatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל HaKadosh.
As we join together as a community in our prayers, so do we take this moment and think of those in need of healing and strength with the prayers of Mishabera. Thinking of those friends, family of our congregation, those that we're thinking of, and link ourselves with them as a way to bring health and hope and to connect with one another as well. Mishaberach, Avatinu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, Imotinu Yisrael Kolei Rachel, Livrech et Holim. Merciful God who's blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. Send your blessings to our loved ones who are stricken with illness and anxiety, especially those friends, family we think of at this time. Eugene Blakeman, Jacob Blake, Larry Burke, Joel Bustle, Karen Kasman, Patty Seresny, Lisa Dorff, Ezra Chaim and Devorah, Miriam Farber, Aaron Finn, Gary Fishman, Adele Giba Band, Kathy Gilman, Howard Goldberg, Paul Goldberg, Barbara Goldman, Sylvia Goldman, Latia Stefanino, Charles Gross, Andrew Halo, Crystal Halo, Hank Heiser, Rebecca Horn, Michael Ingber, Sarah Jacobson, Victor Kislak, Serafina Coffrin, Rick Kornspan, Yvonne Krasny, Marta Lazar, Henry Leopold, Nina Levieva, Rivlin Laughlin, Zoe Marcus, Beth Margolin, Joyce Mazza, Ellie Meisler, Scott Miles, Rabbi Robert Nosenchuk, Eric Perez, Leslie Pillings, Karen Rapley, Tommy Rivers Puzzy, Miriam Leobatanov Esther, Angela Resch, Barbie Joan Ryder, Jean Richmond, Alan Rosen and the St. Amand family, Ernest Schoen, Amy Selmanoff, Diane Silverstein, Suzanne Zlesnick Smith, Fran Sohn, Jerry Starnes, Chaim Shmuel Ben Noach, Kocha Ben Noach, Sherry Weiner, Naomi White, and all those battling the coronavirus, both at home and in the hospital, those who have suffered the effects of Hurricane Laura throughout our country, those who've been hurt in the midst of violence as they peacefully have protested as well. And the 20,095 American troops have been injured in Iraq and Afghanistan and the surrounding areas to date, as well as all the names in our hearts. Baruch atah Narofah Cholim. Bless you, God, give strength to those.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mikol habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema. the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We add to these prayers those for the healers that we've been saying throughout this time of the pandemic. Eloheinu v'ohev Oteinu v'imoteinu, our God, who's blessed our ancestors. All those who put themselves at risk to care for the sick, physicians and nurses and orderlies, technicians and home health aides, EMTs and pharmacists, hospital social workers, respiratory therapists, who navigate unfolding dangers of the world each day to tend to those they've sworn to help. Ease their fear and sustain them. Source of all breath, healer of all beings, protect them, restore their hope. Strengthen them that they may bring strength, keep them in health that they may bring healing. Bless the sacred work of their hands, and may this plague pass from among us speedily and in our days. And let us all say, Amen. And so we turn to our concluding prayers, the Aleinu, as we join together with Dan.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We're 1 week into the month of Elul, the month that leads into, of course, our new year, our days of repentance. And there are so many gems that are out there in the Jewish world online, teachings that are constantly occurring. And one of them I was reading, Jewels of Elul, one of a poem by Zelda, the Israeli poet, blessed memory, was shared. Hadn't read it in a long time. And for me, it's such an appropriate reading before the words of Kaddish. Each of us has a name given to us by God, given to us by our father and mother. Each of us has a name given to us by our stature and our way of smiling, given to us by our clothes. Each of us has a name given to us by the mountains, given to us by our walls. Each of us has a name given to us by the planets and given to us by our neighbors. Each of us has a name given to us by our sins and given to us by our longing. Each of us has a name given to us by our enemies and given to us by our love. Each of us has a name given to us by our fast days and given to us by our craft. Each of us has a name given to us by the seasons of the year and given to us by our blindness. Each of us has a name given to us by the sea and given to us by our death. And so as we gather as a community on this Shabbat, as we think of those who have been taken from our midst in this past week and month whose Shloshim we mark, friends and family of our community, Hilda Appleblatt, Bill Cooperstock, Reverend Stephen Rooney, Kenneth Gitlin, David Goodman, George Mogul, Anise Joy Janender, Pat Carey, Rabbi Larry Maldo, Jack Kirsch, Esther Liss Greenstein, Charlotte Rosner, Representative John Lewis, Florence Mars, as well as Fanny Zuckerman, whose Shana we still mark. And 2,420 Americans in our armed forces lost Afghanistan and surrounding areas to date. And linking their names with the names whose yortzites we mark on the Shabbat, those anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. Sally Alexander, Morris Bass, Max Baer, Ethan Thomas Bean, Arlene Blumenstein, Minnie Brown, Jean Carmine, Shirley Lichtenfeld Chapel, Saul Cohen, Faye Diskin, Harriet Drisman, Rose Dobrinsky, Bernard Dukoff, Izzy Emmer, Albert Epstein, Jeannie Fishman, Stephen Scott Frager, Xenia Friedenberg, Martha Friedman, Francis Gantz Elson, Jean Garbiel, Jean Gerstler, Trinette Grandstaff, Marion Raskin Grant, Irene Gray, Eric Grossman, Lorene Rund, Stephen Goralnik, Morris Howard, Donald Jacobson, John Keir, Lillian Levine, Esther Meisel, Gerald Meltzer, Terrence Netsky, Jacob Nosenchuk, Ray Peltz, Stephen Posen, Catherine Krickstein Pressel, Rachel Putterman, Reba Rashti, Leslie Carol Rosenblatt, June Rothfeder, Shirley Sachs, Jack Seidman, Ernestine Severin, Chappie Shapiro, Nathan Sorkin, Renee Tushman, Joyce Vronsky, Herbert Wasserman, Katie Wasserman, Lena Wasserman, Donald Wallman, Lorraine Yaker, Sarah Yarrows, Diane Zupke. Linking their names, all the names that we did not recite on the Shabbat. Those are every faith, every family, those whose lives have touched ours, who have no one to stand and say Kaddish for them. So do we join together in the immortal words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal, Yikadash Shemei Rabbah. B'yama divrach yirteh b'yamich malchuteh. B'chayachon v'yomechon u'chayetecho Beit Yisrael. B'gala u'bizman kari v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitnadar v'yitnalev v'yitnalal shemed kudusha b'rechu. V'yalamin kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damram b'yama v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav. Huda aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to those who mourn. Comfort to those who are bereaved here and everywhere. And let us say, Amen.
And let us say, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Of course, there'll be another song to enjoy as well. But before we get there, a few things to share. One, again, a thank you to Dan for jumping in and helping out tonight and adding to our services, something so beautiful. And we really appreciate you being a part of what we're doing. And if you, like I said, Dan's going to be a part of our high holidays with a few songs. It's one of the gifts of these times. You know, you'll see Shir Shalom, a letter that's coming out to the congregation soon. This idea of, imagine being the rabbis, the leaders of our community 2,000 years ago when the temple was destroyed. I imagine some threw in the towel and were like, okay, you know, we can't do sacrifice anymore. What are we going to do? A group of rabbis said, well, let's move without the ball. Let's figure it out. Judaism can adapt. And this high holidays, just like we have for the past 5+ months, that's what we've been doing. And look how many people are enjoying the service and are a part of this. And that's why, even though we have a bar mitzvah tonight at 7:30, we still want to honor so many of you who are coming to our 6:30 services and trying to create these opportunities for our community, because we've adapted well and people are connecting. And it feels really good and affirming and worthwhile to be a part of that community. And so with the high holidays, we get that blessing too, so that our friend Dan can jump into our services from North Carolina. Just like there are people all around the globe with us at services, special shout out to our friends at Elon University tonight. I know a bunch are watching it. I know Dan's going to be there for Sukkot, I think, or bringing some special goodies to them as well. And I know they wanted to be a part of this too. So love it. All good. So if you have a song, Temple Shir Shalom, you want to have as a part of our services that you want Dan to bring to them, throw it into the chat. Let's get it going. Let's see what happens. And you never know. Could be something that we end up doing. So it's really special. We're excited. Rabbi Daniel will be a part of services coming in from Maine, broadcasting. I feel like we got someone in the production booth going on. It's like, what's going to happen? And but it's going to be special. I want to create our high holidays in a really unique, I said once in a lifetime, please God, way, because I want to physically be together as well. Also, with our High Holidays, Temple Shir Shalom, you saw the email today that we want you to video yourself, 15 seconds, a little highlight of a favorite High Holiday memory or a Shana Tova, shout out, greeting to your community. One of the most special things at Temple Shir Shalom is after Rosh Hashanah, we have an oneg. We don't run out the door. And it's a crazy oneg. It's busy, but it's wonderful. And it makes us still small and intimate, even as we've grown to the size that we are today. So we're not gathering in numbers of 900 or 1,000 or 1,500 plus. That would be, obscene and inappropriate to do that. I can't imagine anyone would think of doing that, gathering like that. So what we are doing is bringing it remotely to one another and doing it in a special way. So upload that video of yourself saying Shana Tova, of your family, of you as an individual, a special memory. It's going on to, you saw in the email, to Tribute, and we're going to see them all together. That's going to be part of our oneg, maybe part of our services too. So back to what we started with this week, the feelings we're having, the responsibility, the sense of Torah that enlightens our days and tells us, Lo tuchal hitalem. You see some, right? We see something that's lost and it's ours, or so society might tell us. But Judaism tells us something different. You got to find the owner. You can't be indifferent. The littlest of things in this Torah portion have value and remind us of our responsibility. And I think the ancients were telling us, if you're going to take such consideration to a little animal, a goat by the side of the road that's lost, well, how much more so to a human that's hurting? How much more so do we know, understand, and appreciate that responsibility and know what we have to do? And so as Dan and I were talking about this, he shared with me a new song that he and Cantor Ellen Dreskin have composed that reminds us of that. And I asked if he'd want to share that with us tonight. Oh, Dan's muted though.
Just trying to display good online Zooming manners. A few years ago, I was having a conversation with Ellen about Aleinu L'Shabeach, and what's up with Aleinu? Increasingly, it feels like it's not important in worship. I'm just feeling that. It doesn't mean it's that way, but I noticed it. And then I was somewhere with a congregation and the rabbi. We were in the rabbi's office right before we're starting, and the rabbi said, listen, we got a lot of things going on tonight. We've got a 50th anniversary blessing. We've got baby blessings. We've got March birthday blessings. We've got the Sisterhood Bake-Off. And you're here, Dan. And we're also, it's Teacher Appreciation Weekend. So it was like, we got a lot of things going on. So if we're running short on time, we'll just cut Aleinu. And I went, wait, I said out loud, wait, you can do that? And he said, yeah, and you know what? If we're short on time, I'll cut it and no one will notice. Well, all those people were blessed, and we did run short on time, whatever that means. And the rabbi did cut Aleinu, and nobody said boo. Nobody said a thing. And it's just striking me that Misha Berach, right, at least in our way our services flow, if you notice tonight, Misha Berach is the big moment that just precedes it. And then just after it is Kaddish Yatom, where we're thanking God and praising God for life in light of the loss of our beloved dear ones that have died. And Aleinu just kind of somehow doesn't. It seems to have lost its importance, and yet what it says is it's upon us. It's on us. Aleinu l'shabeach means it's on us. Huh. Because maybe if Baruch Hu at the beginning of the service is considered the call to worship at the beginning of the conversation. I'm making an air parentheses here, the beginning open parentheses. We've moved through the service 45 minutes or 5 hours or however long it's felt. We get to the end of the service. God willing, by the end, when we get to Aleinu, we're near the close, that it's felt like something has happened and we've been changed. Aleinu l'shabeach could be considered the call to action. If Baruch Hu is the call to worship, this could be really considered the call to action, that God willing, we've been changed in some meaningful way, that we want to go out into the world and take what we've spent time reflecting on and go out into the world and make a difference. It's in that spirit that Ellen and I wrote this Aleinu l'shabeach in the vernacular of me and her and maybe you in English, for the purpose of really getting right to the point of what are we trying to say with Aleinu l'shabeach? What's the goal? Why do this at all if it's not going to mean something? So that's the headspace. Michael, I love being with you. I love our relationship, how it continues to grow, and I'm grateful for your partnership, and thank you for trusting me with this Shabbos.
Welcome.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were freed to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise.
Beautiful, Dan. Thank you for creating something that really puts a beautiful conclusion, a reminder to what we're talking about, what we're doing, what we're creating together, and the idea of what that means to us as a community that is really feeling that responsibility and the necessity of action in times like this. So, love having you a part of our services tonight and sharing with Temple Shir Shalom, and for all those else who jumped on board and were a part of it. I'm glad that our parents enjoyed services too. And it feels really good to share in this way and to have you coming back to us with Cantor Penny singing together for the holidays. We love that. God, I think it was 20 years ago when you used to come up for the entire high holidays at Temple Shir Shalom and helped us grow our choir. And so we're glad that you're going to be sharing a little more again. And,
I'm delighted.
We're giving that blessing. So as you can see, I've changed my clothes and I'm running up to the Bima now for another Shabbat service. Welcome, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Tonight. And thanks again, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you, Audrey. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Thank you for helping out behind the scenes.